You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we going to have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
We
great.
should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips, I'm Underboob.
Oh, wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use it.
That's a good point.
I'm a little upset that you think that's so funny.
Why?
Because I don't know how to do this podcast
You know-
unless we look into each other's eyes.
It's just the fucking generation jacking themselves off.
It's easy to hate something that's really
But
good.
everyone listening is cool, and all of the cool people are going to that show.
We should do. This is a positive podcast. That's what we're going for.
Yeah,
we're
that was like the difference.
People are going to be like listening to this and like, it's so fucking happy.
Is the feel-good movie review.
Eventually going to put out a CD just of Mike
Of me singing random songs.
I just got a little tingly.
You got a little tingly?
Feel good. Right there.
Guys,
Turned down
I think,
for what?
I think that's turned down for Hug Life.
You're great.
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 Gabe, you're great.
You guys are great.
You're great.
Oh, winner. That was so fast.
That was so much faster.
First
Monica.
Some people get
First-time
very
guest,
confused.
Long-time listener. Yes.
Yes! I've almost meant to say you're alive to Monica.
Thank you.
You're great. You're alive. You're alive.
Good news,
Well,
everybody. Still alive.
Still alive and kicking. We're recording this earlier than we normally do, which is exciting.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yay.
it's exciting to me because it's sunny outside. It's daytime. It's not dark. It's less sad. I'm really happy. Played a lot of video games today. It'll be great. It's a good time.
He had a Hot Pocket.
I
Couple
had
of Hot Pockets.
2 Hot Pockets and I
Yeah.
spilled them on myself. On my show jeans.
That wasn't good. On your show jeans.
Yeah.
On your show.
These
He
are my
only has one
I
show
have,
outfit.
I have one. I have these are my
Is that
show
what your
jeans.
mom called them when she gave them to you for Christmas? Mike, I got you some show jeans.
And I'm like, yes, new show jeans. New
Thanks,
show
Jackie.
jean day.
Mom, tough skins? Fuck.
You know I like relaxed fit. No, I got these at Costco for $20. Anyway, all right. So
That's where you get your show jeans?
That's where I get my
Pretty
show
sure
jeans.
we can find some new ones. It's going to be okay.
Dude, I have terrible fashion sense. I need all the help I can get.
I am the same way. Monica, you look nice.
Yeah.
you.
Monica, you're great. Now you're getting the show. Now you're getting how it works. When
Can
all
I
else,
tell you my nicknames I have for you guys?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I have Monica Never Say Nevy, which I thought sounded like maybe vaguely too sexual. But then one of your nicknames was like Nev Nips.
Nev Nips,
I'm like, I think
yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with
Yeah,
Never
Nev
Say
Nips.
Nevy. And then I have Mike, Calm, Cool, and Coletta.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
like that.
I do what I can. All right, I'll see you guys later. It's been nice.
It's a great episode. Hey, guys, have a good night. What charity is it?
Yeah. Didn't Yogi once call you the Bone Coletta?
The Bone Coletta. He would also call me Mike Minecraft Coletta, which I liked, but that's like an inside nerd baseball going on.
Gotcha.
Nerd baseball.
I like
that
the
doesn't exist.
I like the names of past guests Kelsey Cook and Kane. Where actually I call them Kane Train and Kels Bells. Kels Bells is my favorite
Kels
nickname.
Bells.
I call her Kelsey Bake
Oh yeah, Kelsey Bake instead of Kelsey Cook.
and Candy Holiday.
Oh yeah, Candy Hallway. I call him Candy Hallway.
That's a porn name.
Yeah.
That is for sure a porn name.
Hallway.
Old Candy Hallway.
Everyone just line up in the hallway. It's gonna
Exactly.
I'm tempted to Google Candy Hallway porn to see if it's real, but it's too early in the podcast
I'd
for
get
that.
a different laptop. For that.
it just turns off immediately.
It's getting scary in here and sexual. So I just want to plug our shows off top. Welcome to the Hug Life podcast. This is Hug Life. I'm Monica Nevi.
Yeah, and I'm Mike Coletta.
Yay! So we did it, and I'm going to be
So
at.
we did it.
And I'm going to be
And
at
our guest is Gabriel Rutledge.
Gaby Babe. You don't like the nickname Gaby Babe?
It's not the manliest, but that's fine.
Yeah, before you got here, I was going, my Gaby love, my Gaby.
He was.
But you know what? Gaby Babe's not
Yeah.
bad.
You sang that for the 15 minutes it took you to show up.
It's fine. I did when I was in. Do the plugs. All right. I was going to talk too much already.
No, it's fine. We wanted
I
to talk
wanted
too
a
much.
nickname in grade school. I don't know if you ever had that thing where you're like, I would really love it.
Yeah.
You wanted one?
I wanted one.
Okay.
I was just Gabe,
Oh,
and I wanted a nickname.
I know what you're talking about.
And then I decided, started telling people that no, people call me Gabby, and then I immediately. This is like 4th grade. I immediately regretted it. We're like, really? Okay, hey, Gabby. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's kind of feminine. That's, what have I done?
Wrong one.
Hey there, my little Gabby cat.
I meant Biff. People call me Clint.
Axel. My name is Axel.
It's doesn't even make sense. Gabby, why are you being so weird?
I did get upset that other kids had like full names. You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Oh, my name's Mike, but my full name's Michael," or whatever. You know, my name's Gabe, but my full name's Gabriel. I was
can't
like,
just call you
"I'm
Mon?
Monica."
Hey, what's up, Mom?
Well, you can, yeah, but not on like I can't
On
write
Friends,
it on
they do.
papers or something.
Some people call you Momo.
Everybody calls me. I have a lot of nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Mon, Momo,
Nibs.
Mikey?
Mon.
Mikey. I got Mikey a couple times. Very rarely. Not that much. Michael. A lot of people have been calling me Michael, like full name lately. I'm like, are you my dad?
Cameron does call you Michael.
Yeah, Cameron is Michael.
What did I do? Okay.
Okay.
Shows.
Shows. This happens the whole time. It doesn't matter anyway. In fact, it's better if we go off on tangents. I feel like because it's just like it's so natural and improvised. I'm gonna be at the Jai Thai on Broadway on Saturday, March 28th, doing the stall set for Comedy on Trial. So if you want to see me do,
so excited.
if you want to see me do 20 to 25 minutes after a contest for free, you can come.
I had a really good time doing that last time.
I've done it. This will be my third time doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do because it's just like a time to screw around and do whatever you want. So I'm excited.
It is
I'm gonna
fun.
get screwy.
That's what you got.
Yep, that's
Cool.
it.
This Wednesday, the 25th, so the day that this comes out, I'll be at the Seattle Underground, Comedy Underground, doing a show with Nagayo Belam. He's up here from San Francisco, doing a show on a Wednesday.
Nice.
Then I'll be gone. But news, our next Seattle Super Secret stand-up show
Tell everyone.
is April 3rd. Derek Sheen is headlining. You guys know him from being a guest on this podcast.
Derek Sheen, Sung Lam, Aaron Kirby, Monica Nevi. I'll be hosting. I'm Mike Coletta, if you haven't figured that out.
Are you the guy from the stall set at the Thai restaurant?
Yeah!
All right, I got you.
That's what you gotta know. I forgot to say this. I'm actually doing a show on April Fool's Day at the Comedy Underground with some people. So yeah, I'm going to be there April 1st at Comedy Underground. It's a show I forgot.
Show up and then no one will be there. Is it a joke?
It's not. It's real. It's just on April 1st. Gabe, tell us about your life.
Well, when this comes out, I will be in Oklahoma City.
Ooh. Oklahoma. Have you been there before?
Oh, yeah, many times. It's actually really fun.
It's
club.
fun club?
It's the loony bin. It gets a little crazy. I mean, it's pretty loony. It's
When the straight jackets come out.
I mean, it's pretty. They have a drink called the lobotomy.
Oh,
so come on, folks.
Let you guys out for this.
I actually drank it once because it's giant. It's a big gulp.
And you
of
don't
alcohol.
remember anything after
And people were kind of chatty all week, and I'm like, this club's kind of heckly. And then I drank one. I'm like, oh.
Like, I want to yell too. I don't know why.
I want to yell shit at myself too.
I can't stop talking.
You just start yelling shit in between your own jokes. Like,
I'm around here sometimes. GabrielRutledge.com.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Check
That's
out
a
the
good
Gabriel Rutledge website, and then also look at his blog. Did you sell the blog up
There's
there?
not much on the blog, but
You deleted the big hitter, the heavy hitter that was on there,
I did believe it.
because you were the unofficial news source for terrible rape cases in comedy.
I did. I wrote a blog about Vince Champ. You ever heard about Vince Champ?
no.
He raped some people. there's really no way to ease into it.
That's the way that you were like, I guess I'm just going to say this. And then
He was a comedian in the 80s, and he raped a lot of people. He got caught. And I just wrote a blog about it. Certainly not pro Vince Champ or anything Vince Champ. But I guess
Pro rape comedian Gabriel Rutledge.
but people, it got like a ton of traffic, at least for my life, a ton of traffic, like 50, 60,000.
oh, wow, yeah.
Didn't you get on Reddit? You said
It was on Reddit, which that's a scary world for an old man. I don't like Reddit. I don't like what goes on
I don't even
there.
know what happens in Reddit. And it's
But people
pretty
were
great place.
mad at me. People were like misconstruing what I was saying, and somehow people thought I sucked, and like, and I was just like, I don't like this. Is one of the many, many times in my life I said, if this is what being famous is like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, this is ridiculous.
the internet is a terrible
So
place.
I just took it down. I took it down finally, but.
Yeah, because I remember it. But so yeah, because you have that on the website, and you can get Gabe's book. Happiness Isn't Funny.
That's true.
It's true. The book title is true,
All
and
true.
it's
And you
actually
can
a
buy it.
thing. You sell the book at shows, and actually,
I do.
I see people buy it a lot.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to, but it way more people buy it at a show than I thought would. So
People are like, I want to read him. I want to get in his mind.
I want to get
I
into
want
it.
to read him.
And then I never hear from them again. So it's this weird thing where they're like, I totally want your book. And then like I'm just left like, I wonder what they thought of the book.
It's an interesting
I want to get
thing.
in the mind of the man whose son puts cars in his butt.
Exactly. I'd like to hear like the longer story of that. I bet it really.
Some deep philosophical meaning.
I'd rather read it myself than have someone tell it to me.
That's why I'm here at a comedy club.
Because I'm a reader. Just a nice book at a comedy club, reading in the front row. Has that ever happened to you? Has anyone been reading a book in your audience?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For sure.
Oh my God!
Well, Thursday night Carl always brings a book with him just in case.
Really?
I feel like, yeah, he was there on Thursday.
Years ago, I was doing a something in the Tri-Cities, Washington, and there was a guy in the front row drawing. And I'm like, what is, I was trying to let it go. So he's just drawing. And then finally, like, I'm doing pretty well, but like during the show, I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you drawing? And he just looks up and goes, I've seen you before. It was so brutal.
What?
And I was immediately like, well, I got some new stuff. Like, I was just, it would just like cut me. It was like the most brutal thing he could have said to me. It was just like, yeah, I've heard this shit before.
seen you
This
before.
again, I'm going to draw.
Yeah, I'm going to draw some
That
pictures.
is so messed up.
Leaving, go somewhere else.
Like, I was thinking you were going to say, like, you went up to him and he was drawing, like, a beautiful portrait of you on stage. Like, actually, I'm working on this.
I'm
and it's just,
working on
like,
this.
you and you, like, glistening.
Keep
He's doing
talking.
watercolors.
Keep talking. I can't do
It's me with abs. Like, thank you.
It's Fabio's body with my face on it.
Have you been reading my journal?
It's just all on a napkin, though.
Don't forget to rate, review, to subscribe to iTunes. Also, we're on Stitcher. Also, we have a Facebook group. Also, you can email us at huglifepodcast@gmail.com. And my Twitter is @mecoletta.
I'm at Monica Nevi.
At Gabe Rutledge.
Yeah, and you can see the tweets from Gabe.
At Gabriel Rutledge. Is
Yeah, that's
a
all.
youth pastor.
Really?
Really?
Oh, can we just look up his tweets right now?
Sure.
Gabriel.
I actually just tweeted him because I wanted to say hi.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
at Gabriel
Chat a lot on
Rutledge.
Sundays.
Oh, I want to let you know that when you Google at Gabriel Rutledge, you come up first. Youth pastor comes up second. So suck it, Gabriel Rutledge, the youth pastor.
Take that, Jesus.
Oh my God, Gabriel Rutledge from
acoustic
Lakeland,
guitar.
Florida is handsome. Have you looked at him?
Now I hate him.
Oh,
Yeah,
he only has 50
let's bring that
followers.
up.
What a scrub.
Jesus only had 12.
Boy,
Boom,
so they
comedy.
say. Jesus is one of those like more famous after he died kind
This
of
is
guys.
what's stupid. He has at Gabriel Rutledge, and his Twitter name he uses is Gabe.
Oh,
I'm
you're
at
right.
Gabe Rutledge, and the name I use is Gabriel. It's like, we're dumb. I don't know.
We-
how this happened.
Can we just switch?
Can we figure
But
this
he
out?
beat me. He beat me to Twitter. Because he
You
had
know-
he had a vision.
gonna
Jesus
say.
said, get on over there to Twitter.
Get on over. Jesus spoke to me. He told
know
me
what?
that
He's
His-
from the South.
To be fair, though, his last tweet was why the church didn't start in 2 acts or in the New Testament that doesn't matter. I grew up in a church and ... and it's a Tumblr link. Okay, whereas your most recent tweet
All right.
was living
what-
every day like it's your last sure does make you fat. So you are killing it. Take that at Gabriel Rutledge from
what
Lakeland,
was the
Florida.
Tumblr thing?
Oh, I
was
don't.
it just porn?
I was afraid to click on it. It's Candy Hallway. Oh, it's just like it's a blog called Pray Tell.
Ooh.
We're punning now.
He's got YouTube videos, too.
Really?
It's all Jesus stuff. He's a pastor.
He's a pastor guy. It's not. It's nothing crazy like crazy nightlife. Pastor.
I don't have another person. I don't. I haven't
There's no
really
other
found
there-
another Monica Nevi. However, Nevi is like the Latin word for moles, which is ironic because I have skin cancer. But there is a Monica Moles, and she got arrested for having a meth lab. So there you go. That's the
Wow.
only reason I know that.
Yeah, you're right. There is no other at Monica Nevi at all. It's just you.
That's good, though.
That is
That's
good.
good to have one of those names.
Yeah.
I
work, Pam.
There's multiple Mike Colettas, and sometimes they friend me on Facebook, which I always accept. But I don't have my Twitter either. I have
a
me
big-
Coletta, which makes me look crazy. So whatever.
Nicoletta!
Coletta.
What you?
I got it because it was like my initials are MEC, so I'm like, oh, ME. It's my, and I'm like, oh, people are not going to read it that way though. They're going to read it as me Coletta, like I'm a dumb caveman trying to use the internet.
Which is how you say it Anyways, you don't say at me Coletta, you say at me Coletta.
At me Coletta, because it's easy to remember, I think, right? I don't know. My name's hard to
Works.
spell.
It's great. You're great.
Micoletta, Sucoletta, I say. That's too long.
That's what I tell
That's too
everyone.
long,
At me Coletta, Sucoletta, I say.
You have no room to tweet after that.
My tweet's just my name. Hi, hey, oh, what's up? Like, I do the joke one word at a time. Living every day to the fullest sure does make you fat.
Hash. Tag.
I wanted to talk. So you were writing your book because you were working on your book for a long time, right? 2010.
I wrote it that year. It was 2010 and 2011. Because why do a year-long journal the actual year? Why not break it into 2 years? Like a basketball season. So I started in February.
Season
so it was
one.
like 2010, 2011, and I wrote it like as it happened that year. And then I started talking to a guy who was like, maybe we can do a graphic novel with it. But that never went anywhere. Mm-hmm. But so nothing happened for like 2 or 3 years because it kept almost happening. Yeah. So finally, I'm just like, fuck it. Let's just edit it, which took a long time. There's still a couple misspellings. Hope you didn't see them. Okay, good. And then I just put it out.
Yeah.
But that's why it came out 6 months ago. But it's mostly from 2011 or whatever.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't see where it was like because I was reading it on a train in a comedy trip to Portland, and it put a lot of stuff in perspective. It was actually kind of nice. Like, I was like, "Oh, this is great!" Like, and yeah, I really liked the book. I really liked the stuff you say about like just being in hotels. Like we were talking about that because I love hotels, and Monica loves hotels. And you've told me before that you feel safest in like hotels. Like you feel really safe there.
It feels like it's such a bizarre. Even I've never been there. Mm-hmm. Wherever I'm going, somewhere. If I was going to Florida tomorrow. And I went into a Super 8. When I walked into my hotel room, I would feel like I was home. Yeah. Even though I've never been there. Because hotels are home. You know what I mean? Like, there's the little... You recognize the bedspreads after a while. You know.
What about stock paintings? Are there a lot of stock paintings you recognize?
Also, you can look for that on my Twitter feed. The last place I was in, it looked like Hitler fly fishing.
I saw that! It was amazing!
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's the weirdest hotel painting. When I did that dribble run with you, I was excited because we were in Pendleton and I had sheets with like grizzly bears on them, and it was so cool. But yeah, that was I was like talking to Monica about that though. Like, yeah, I love being even on comedy trips. I just feel comfortable in hotels. It used to be bad and I couldn't sleep in them, and now I'm just like stretch out. I want to be alone. Like I'd rather just not do the show and hang out here.
I think that's the biggest thing when I'm in another place. I'm like, oh, I gotta be around all these people I don't know, and then I gotta like ask where everything is. But when you're in the hotel room, you're like, nope, this is mine. I know what I'm doing. I know where the bathroom
Although that
is.
can get kind of bad too because you just don't want to leave your little cocoon.
Yeah, your safety
so if
net.
you really, if you been in your hotel all day and then you leave it at like 7 p.m. to go to a show, you do have that weird feeling of like, I should have done something today.
I didn't see the sun at all.
Time to punch in.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I haven't left my house all day and it's beautiful outside, and I was just thinking that like, nope, not leaving.
You have Hot Pockets and Mountain Dew.
That's true. I do have I have the diet of a teenage boy. Do you get weirded out? The only thing I get weirded out in hotels is
do you get weirded out ever?
The motel with the door to the outside world creeps me out. I still haven't gotten over that. When we were at the
Or like the one you drive up to.
Yeah, okay. when they screwed up our hotel on that triple run in Klamath Falls, and we were at that place where I think it was a Super 8, wasn't it?
It might have been.
Or Days Inn. It was a Days Inn, and it was like the doors to the outside world. There's no hallway you're in. I like the hallway.
Yeah, and I also there are some really terrifying hotels that I've been to. Like when they give you a key, you're
like a real metal key.
A metal key. You're like, oh no,
I'm gonna lose them.
You're like, there's someone under the bed.
Yeah, and then it's also like, at a chain, there's someone there all the time, and like they give you a key, and they're like, well, we're usually here to 6:30. Bob, when are you gonna be here tonight? And like,
if
I'm like,
you need anything,
no.
call this number. You're gonna have to wait a half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I say I like hotels, but bed and breakfasts terrify me. I don't like the idea of a bed and breakfast.
I don't think I've ever been to a bed and breakfast.
It's a terrible idea.
It's just
Have you been to a bed and breakfast? I've never been.
Seems creepy. I feel like someone's watching you.
Well, I did. For comedy, I did one once because it was like for a charity show, and that bed and breakfast donated the rooms, and it was the worst. It was like it was like, you have an aunt and uncle you've never met, and you're going to stay the night tonight.
Okay.
It was like, so
Right
it was
now.
like, you know, oh, what do you guys like to eat for breakfast? And we're like, this is the worst. This is the
They
worst.
ask you, you're like, whatever's out there, I'll just eat that.
What
That's
do
fine.
you like to eat? I like to be alone.
Yeah. You guys have Wi-Fi? Maybe. She said maybe. Maybe.
Does that
Let me check into that.
does that go through the CRT TV? How that works? Yeah, you have the remote control that's like the clicker with the hard buttons that you go push in.
That's what my grandpa called
clicker?
it.
Yeah.
Where's the clicker?
Where's the clicker? Yeah.
For crying out loud, where's the clicker?
My
I eat
grandpa
like a
always-
teenage boy, but I talk about TVs like a grandfather.
He also called it shit paper. I always thought that was toilet
paper?
paper. He called it shit paper.
Dude,
It said toilet paper.
There was a guy I worked with when I was like park maintenance when I first got out of college, and he would call it ass wipe. He's like, "Can you put some more ass wipe in the toilet stalls?" And I'm just like, "How am I not supposed to laugh at you right now?" I love old people sayings, but not the racist ones. Quick save.
I didn't even get that far. Yet. That was good.
That's like that's a white person thing.
But not the racist ones.
But not the
it's
racist
like, I miss the good old days. Well, I mean, not all of it.
Well, especially in the way,
Not that old.
especially with the way Seattle's been lately. Now I'm just like, I don't want to do. Yeah, okay, I don't have an opinion on anything.
That's what I feel like in my jokes when I'm in Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really give a fuck, but it's like, but in my head, I'm like, if you say anything about like whatever the joke, I was dating someone. I mean, I'm a straight man and she was a straight one. I mean, we identify like that now, but I mean, gender's kind of fluid and it could change. And also,
But
I mean,
whatever you're
guys
into,
are-
yeah.
But by the time,
Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's my
exactly.
favorite.
By the time you covered all the fucking bases, it would be like 2 minutes.
Well,
and
that's
then
my
like,
time.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, all right, later.
2 guys walk into a bar. I mean, they identified as men. They were born different. Just like this long.
I get really
Just get
confused.
this long version of it.
What does cisgendered mean? Do you know?
Cisgendered is us.
Really?
I believe so. It's someone who was born. I think you identify as a straight man, and so you're cisgendered. I think that's what it is.
You're born whatever you also identify
Yeah,
as. Okay.
which seems redundant to me.
Yeah, I hear it on
never
people's
heard
Twitter
that
bios have it as
Yeah,
that.
that's-
And I'm like, what does that mean? And I feel like an idiot because I'm like, I got to read through that and I have no idea what's happening.
Well, see, here's the problem because I'm an old man, and I'm already getting to the point where, like, I would make fun of my grandparents and stuff, where they'd be like, "What's wrong with saying Chinamen?" or something. You know what I mean?
Right,
They
yeah,
would
yeah,
say
yeah.
that, and to me, it's just a country. But to me, I would cringe. Or Oriental.
Right, my mom. Oh my God, we've gone
It
through that
makes
a
me
million
cringe.
times. I'm like, that's good.
that's-
That's fine, but people, you cannot say that.
Yeah. But now, the other day, someone said, "You don't say Hispanic anymore," and I literally was like, "Well, what do they want to be called?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." It's happening.
But that is the thing, is that I don't want to offend anybody. Like, I want to call you whatever you want to be called, but I have to remember, it was someone the other day was like, oh, their pronoun is they. When I got on stage, I accidentally said he, and I was like, are they? And I was like, God damn it. Like, I just forgot. Like, I want to be respectful and do exactly what you want, but I just forget. I can't keep track of it all.
Yeah. And also, I mean, Asian, I think Asian's still all right.
I think so.
I think so too.
Asian's a nice broad thing because,
From the continent of Asia.
right. Because, I mean, I'm never going to be able to say, well, that person is Japanese, that person is Chinese.
Right,
that
I'm not gonna be able to-
And either can Japanese and Chinese people, by the way. So it's, you know what I mean? It's like, it is sort of a weird thing to just be like, you live in a giant continent, I'm going to call you all the same thing. But, you know.
It's broad and it's not offensive.
Oriental dressing still going strong, by the way.
Oriental dressing, like salad dressing.
Oriental
Yeah,
chicken
that term
salad.
is still fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I think it's food and goods you're allowed
Food
to
and
say.
goods. Oriental food.
Like an Oriental rug.
Oriental rug.
Yeah.
What does that consist of?
It's a cis rug?
Just identifies as a normal rug. Oh, not normal. Don't say normal. Okay.
To me, cisgendered kind of sounds like you have friends who are transgendered and you want a fucking term too.
Right.
But
Just
maybe
like,
that's
what are you
just
gonna
my
call
own.
me?
That's my own stupidity, maybe. But it just sounds like that. We're like, yeah, and I'm cisgendered.
See-
You mean, like, you know,
When I heard cisgendered, I'm like, you're like my sister? That's what I got out of it first. I'm like, that's wrong. That's
cis with
definitely
a
wrong.
C.
No, see, there you go. I don't know. I'm a big dummy. What are you going to say, Monica?
Nothing.
Okay.
Doing word math in my head. That's all.
Doing the word
It's
math.
confusing over here.
Yeah, because, okay, so how long have you been doing comedy for? You've been doing comedy for
14 years.
14 years. And you won the Seattle International Comedy Competition in...
2004.
How many years were you in with that?
4.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what Bright Rising Star gets you?
As he drinks his water.
The Hug Life podcast.
Yeah, there were no podcasts back then. Or cisgenders.
You can say Oriental any way you want
in
to.
here. That's great.
It was normal and other.
Hispanic.
That's all the only terms we have.
Normal and not.
You're 10 years away from on a lawn chair with a shotgun in your front yard. That happened when Gabe went all Gran Torino on us.
I just watched Gran Torino.
I've never seen it.
It made me want a front porch.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I got out of it.
Like, oh, that looks fun. Looks comfortable.
I don't know what my neighbors are up to. I need a porch.
Then it's not weird that I'm out there. Like that's I feel like that's the only reason.
If I'm just lurking in the front yard, people get creeped out. If I had a porch, they'd be like, oh, he's a social person.
It's just relaxing. That's fine.
If you're in the front yard, you have to pretend like you're doing yard work, and I hate yard work. Hey, you're raking nothing. There's
I was
nothing.
going to say you are pretending there's just still weeds all over. They're like, he's out there all the time. It never looks any better.
You just get one of those lawnmowers that's not like any sort of power. It just spins as you push it, and you're just like looking around like, hey, what everyone doing around here, huh?
Home a little late today, huh? You know everyone's
Usually
schedule.
it's on 4:15 and you're here 4:17. That's kind of weird.
I'm 20 years away from like complaining the mail's not there early enough.
just waiting at the box
Waiting
when
at
he's
the
supposed to
like
be
he
there.
shows up, or I'm just like, yeah, well, a little late today. What's going on?
I've been sitting here for 3 minutes. Okay,
Just in a robe, like at 3 p.m.
that's mostly open. If you're older and you're wearing a robe, you have to keep it as open as possible.
Take a good look.
This is what wisdom and age gets you.
Carbs.
So much bread. Gluten. You know what still cracks me up about one of the things we did recently is when you and I were at a show in the parlor and Orny Adams called you a hipster comedian.
Oh, that was my favorite. That was so good. That was so good.
Gabe's featuring at the parlor, and Orny, the weekend's going great. Like, it was a good weekend. Like, all the shows were really good. But Orny was in the back, and he was like, I don't know. And then he's like, see, they like this shit. And then he points at the TV of Gabe. And Gabe's wearing a flannel shirt, but he's like, this hipster comedian shit. And I'm like, he's talking about his kids and his wife. It was like one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah,
I was thrilled. I was thrilled to be called a hipster. Are you kidding?
I know, it's so awesome. It was just one of those moments where I'm like, this is so surreal and weird.
I need to put that on my website, like one of those website quotes, like Orny Adams. See, they like this hipster shit.
It's the flannel and the hair.
It is.
It's what the hipsters have, right? Hair?
Hair?
I don't know.
I don't know. If he was really a hipster, you would be doing the shaved sides mohawk thing that everyone does.
Everyone? I've never seen
I
that.
was a hipster as a young man.
Before it was cool.
Because you were
We called them. I was
rock?
like a punk rock kid, but
Yeah.
we called them like scenesters.
Oh.
That's
scenester?
Yeah, it was the same thing as a hipster, but I had a mohawk and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really?
fancy.
I never wore it up.
You never
Even
did?
my,
Oh,
even
so
my
you had-
mohawk
but
was
you, like-
lazy.
It was even my mohawk was lazy.
fuck the system. Whatever. I
Fuck
don't
the
even.
system, but when I have more time, I'm just so busy right
I gotta
now.
go make pizza.
And you played in a band.
Yeah, I played drums in a band.
You played drums?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you played like rhythm guitar or something.
No, that'd
No?
be awesome.
Did you practice drums like, and your parents would get mad when you were a kid?
No, they were fine with it.
They
I
were?
mean, I don't know why. They should have been.
This was their hippie phase, though, right?
No.
No.
Hippie phase with my parents. Like, my middle name is Antelope. Did you know that?
Yeah.
But
Why?
that was like,
Why?
I don't know
It's a graceful
why.
animal. And Gabe's a graceful man.
Yes. We get distracted by bright objects.
And get murdered by lions.
We're nervous creatures.
You were you were prey to other men.
my first words was, "Did you hear something?"
What?
Did you? What? Okay. What? Is that a fucking lion?
Have you ever shined a bright flashlight in Gabe's eyes? He freezes. He doesn't know what to do.
When he's on stage, he just stops talking. Like,
But they were. I mean, when I got the middle name Antelope, obviously they were very hippie. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, 2 years later, they were really Jesus-y.
I
So,
guess they went through some phases
Yeah.
then.
I see that with a lot of people.
It
It's
happens
like,
a lot.
like they get like in their youth, they're just all rebellious and crazy, and then as they get older, they're like, "I'm gonna die soon," and they pick up a
gonna die
religion.
soon.
Is that you know who did that? Bruce Springsteen did that.
he found God?
Yeah,
He found God.
that album.
Where was he in one of his songs?
Because he was like, I was sitting there listening to like
He
old
was
Bruce
in a small
Springsteen.
town in Jersey.
You guys, he's been here the whole time.
I found Jesus. What exit?
It's by the turnpike. I don't know where the turnpike is.
Sounded good, though.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Whatever.
They have turnpikes on the East Coast, and no one knows what they are. Yeah, I just. I'm sorry. This is a very giggly episode. Have you guys noticed how giggly this has been? It's good though. I like it. Monica, how's your life
Good,
been?
thanks for the update. Good. What?
Good.
Fine.
Fine. Nothing you want to talk about? No big life event?
What do you? I didn't die last night. Went to the hospital. Didn't die.
This is, I believe, the second podcast where you've had to announce to people you haven't died.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There could have been. more.
Monica lives dangerously.
I guess.
This is why I'm safe and I never leave my house.
Okay, well, Monica's fucking tired of it. If it could stop, you want to take some of this for a little while? No. I don't know. I thought I was dying last night, passing out while I was driving. So I had to go to the emergency room, which took 10 hours.
Yeah.
So.
I was hoping there were like pregnant people in front of you and like, can you just push the baby out already?
Let's get it out of there. I did have to have an iodine injection during a CAT scan. And have you ever had one of those?
I don't think I have.
It was weird. She goes, it's going to feel really warm, like all over your body. And I don't like needles and stuff, so putting stuff in there was kind of freaking me out. She's like, it's going to feel really warm all over your body, and you might feel like you peed your pants, but you didn't. And I was like, what? And then she just put me in the hole, like was like, meow. And I was like, great. So then it goes, and it wasn't warm. It was like fucking hot. Like it felt like I was on fire. And then it did feel like I peed my pants. It was weird.
Is it weird I want one now?
Well, they said, no, she said for guys, and it only happens to men, they feel like they poop their pants. That's
I'm
really
out.
what
I'm
she
out
said to me.
I'm out.
4 a.m. She's telling me
Now
this. I'm like,
am
what is happening?
in. You tell me I can get
But
the
you
feeling of
don't.
pooping
Like,
without
it's-
actually pooping? Because that's what everyone likes
In
about
your
it.
pants, though, different feeling, maybe.
In your
I don't
pants.
know.
Just, I messed my show jeans.
I was wearing jeans.
By the way, a CAT scan is not being covered in cats like I thought it was. That's Monica.
checking up on you.
All right, just lay back and then meow,
What do you think, Mr. Whiskers?
meow. Is Monica sick or what?
Looks like some nerve damage. What?
All right, we're going to cover you in tuna, and we're going to see how this goes. By the way, it's interesting not having your wonderful cat, Dawn, interrupt our podcast. I was hoping you'd bring him in a cage and we could bring him in our house.
No.
I don't want that.
Your cat's
You-
name is Dawn?
Yeah.
Which I
That's
love.
great.
That's a great name for a cat. Because the best part is this podcast, the Rutledges. It's a great podcast. Where he's like, "God damn it, Dawn!" You just hear the cat like wandering around.
It just sounds like the
He's-
sound guy or
he's
something
a
like,
terrible
Dawn,
time.
get it.
Yeah,
your
he's
sound
guy. He is. It's like the producer on radio shows who's in the back that you never actually see.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
hey, Don, can I get more monitors or whatever? People on radio say.
Call him producer Dawn.
But he actually, like, if
Producer
Don
Don?
was here, he would be laying on cords
just in the
and
middle,
knobs,
moving
just
shit
like,
around.
Cats do that
Laptops are
though.
warm.
Cats lay on the weirdest shit though, like paper. They just lay on paper. It's
Yeah.
a cat thing, right? Why do they do that? Does they say? Does people know why cats do that?
Just lay on random shit. Is it ownership? Is it like this piece of shit's mine now?
I guess I was just
You're
wondering,
like, oh, you wanted to look at this?
because I've
Sorry.
seen like I've had the instance where I'm on a laptop and a cat will just lay on my hands on the keyboard, and I'm like, this has got to be a thing where it's like a established dominance thing, or
Yeah,
is it
maybe
like
it's like, oh, you're not paying attention to me? Well,
because I heard it's all one.
try not to pay attention to me
I heard
now.
purring doesn't necessarily mean the cat's happy. Sometimes it means anxiety. You don't know. I read an article on cats.
Well,
recently.
last night when I was having a CAT scan, they
Were
all
you purring?
seemed super nervous.
Those cats were not happy.
They were not very good. I
We're
just like
going to have to call a dog in. This is more serious.
get the
The
hound
canine
scan.
unit.
You have a podcast. It's the Rutledges. You do it with your wife. How did you start with your like? What was your when you?
How'd you guys meet?
No, how did that? Like, I know how they met. I listened to the podcast. How did you guys decide to do the podcast together? Because I like that. I like it a lot.
Thank you. You and like so many other people, a couple people. We just wanted to try it, and we didn't really know what it would be. but it was just the idea of like, let's kind of do what we do, but on a mic. Mm-hmm. And we really liked it. And people liked it. And it is weird now because we still do it, but I don't do anything. It's sort of a couples activity. It's like
you guys hiking together.
It's like we joined a volleyball league or something. So like I don't mention it at shows. I never put it on my main Facebook page anymore. Like it's this weird. I don't want it to be a secret, but I'm really not doing anything. So it's just like,
it's a thing we do. Yeah,
several hundred people listen and they contact us and stuff, and it's like, I don't know.
Mostly about sex stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the stuff I want to talk. We have a quiz that's related to this later, and I'm
Jesus.
really excited to do it.
I hope I end up being cisgendered, like I promised.
They probably have
Which
that.
quiz should we do first? We should do a quiz break right now because we have 2 today.
Oh, do you want to do one?
Yeah,
and
you
then
want to
talk
do one
about...
and then
Quiz
talk-
break.
Quiz. Yow! Speed quiz.
Speed quiz.
We have speed quizzes where we just ask people a question real quick. Yeah, but
Speed quiz. What are all your kids' names? Go. Wrong.
I didn't make it. Johnny, Mazing, and Olive.
Oh!
Ooh.
Ding 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 ding.
That was close.
You win a Mountain Dew. Do you want one?
You get to keep all 3 of your kids.
And the winner. All right, which quiz should we do first?
Well, since we just talked about kids,
Let's do the dad one first. So we're gonna do. I already did the quiz before to test it to make sure it works.
Did you get fun, Dad? I bet you got fun.
No, this is the thing. It's which
what kind of dad are you? Drunk dad, like
drunk dad, sad dad. Which TV dad is
Step
actually
dad.
your father? So we're actually testing to see who your TV dad is, who your dad is.
Thank you for simplifying.
But on the
that.
television, the moving pictures. Let me keep talking.
So the thing you said.
Cinemagraph.
Okay.
All right. So these questions are totally related. What is your favorite meal of the day? Breakfast, dinner, lunch, brunch, mid-morning fruit. That's not mine. Anything you don't cook. Sunday lunch, all of the meals, post-dinner cigarette.
I don't like any of these people.
You don't-
I'm going to go dinner.
Dinner? Just straight up normal
Just
dinner?
Straight up dinner.
Do you like dinner?
More than a mid-morning fruit snack.
Yeah, mid-morning fruit's not gonna. Well, if it was a fruit, what did you pick, Monica?
Brunch.
Brunch? Ooh, that's a good one. I picked all of the meals. As expected. What is your most hated school subject?
So what?
Most hated school subject. I'm having that was
Spelling. Reading. Sorry.
Not so cool now, are you, Mark?
so mean.
Cool.
No, that's what you said. We have a positive podcast, but making fun of people when it's funny is positive.
It's positive. We're all having fun.
All right, what do you hate the most in school? That's the easier way to say it. Gym, economics, politics, home ec, history, chemistry, maths. Maths? Oh, like all the math classes. English, health studies. Not English health studies, like English and health studies.
This is
English health studies.
English.
Different than other types
I
of
would
health
say
studies.
math.
Math?
Yeah.
I picked home ec because I never took home ec, but I imagine I wouldn't
I
have
almost
liked it.
picked home ec because I only took it once, and my mom had to do all my projects.
Aw.
Do you have
I
one of those?
Sucked at it.
You had mom that would do your homework?
Yeah, because I was trying to sew.
Lucky.
Dude, sewing's hard.
I know. I still have a pig pillow that my
Really?
mom and I sewed.
But she sewed it
Great.
mostly?
Mostly her.
How many stitches do you think you did?
2.
She's like, good move.
It's funny how you don't remember anything. Like, I was a competent knitter in not in high school, in like elementary school. Like, they taught me to knit, and I knitted like a gnome.
I did
thing.
imagine you as a high school student just
Knitting,
in the
just-
lunch area knitting.
Who wants a sweater?
Do all the kids in Alaska knit gnomes? Is that
Knit gnomes? That was the thing I did.
You're like, it's so fucking cold. We need more scarves.
Just cover me in gnomes until it'll be okay. No, I was in this program called the optional program, which sounds way bad when you think about it, but it was different classes. But so we did knitting.
Was it? Wait, what? Was
I
it
think I might
for
have been in that.
special?
It was
Gifted
like it was
children?
like
I
a
don't
gifted
know.
children thing, but it didn't feel like it. It was just like they combined they combined 2 grades, so it's first and second grader together, third and fourth grader together, and fifth and sixth grader together. But we do weird things like we do knitting. I learned like 4 or 5 languages as a kid.
Shit.
Decently, but then I forgot them all because I was a kid and I didn't practice it ever again. Like the only one that stuck is Spanish because my mom fluently speaks Spanish. But yeah,
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, my Jackie is fluent in Spanish because she lived in Mexico City for her teenage years. And she did peyote when she was 14. Boom, mom roasted. All right.
She was really excited for a second, then she was like, God damn it, again.
Can't
One time.
It's like we said one good thing about me, and then we're back to
one thing I did. That's what my mom sounds like. What are you guys doing?
Michael.
Pam Jack, world's greatest beer pong team.
That's how they're
That's
I
what-
was in like special reading. I got smarter later. I'm okay.
The pictures?
But like when I was like
Special
first,
reading. We're gonna
first
do
or
some
second
reading.
grade,
These are
I
just
had some
pictures.
trouble. I had some trouble, and I don't know why. It was like you can't read, so you had to go to this special thing, and it was literally like, let's just throw the ball around. I'm like, when I think about it now, I'm like, what
still can't read. What's going
They
on?
literally didn't know what to do. They're like, these kids are so dumb. Just let them play with balls.
You know what? You can read catch. You want to know the word catch? Throw. I only learned words involving catching or throwing. All right. Wait, which one did you pick? We're getting sidetracked. Math. And you picked home ec. No, I picked home ec, and you picked
Chemistry.
chemistry.
Chemistry and physics were the two college classes that I just really struggled in.
See, I liked physics a lot, and then I went to college and I tried to be an astrophysics major. I took my first math class, and I hated it, and I quit, and I just went liberal arts.
I just
I'm
hated
gonna
like
go throw the ball around.
we're gonna do some experiments over here. Mike's gonna be throwing the ball around. No, that's kind of what physics is. I don't know. I just hated like the required classes had like all the different majors in there. So there's kids in my chemistry class that were like engineers, and they're like, "Oh, I already know all this shit." And I'm like, "Do you just read chemistry books for fun? What the hell is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And then I was a sports and exercise science major, so anything to do with the body, perfect, loved it. It was awesome. But if you put it like on the other, like, "Oh, let's use a car as an example," I'm like, "Why? This means nothing to me." I hate it.
I don't need cars.
So let's just say there's no gravity. Well, there is gravity. That's going to make a big difference. So let's not say that. Like, what do you mean? I fucking hate it.
Monica hates hypotheticals.
too literal.
I really was upset about it.
Imagine a world. I won't.
I will not.
I only live I'm in the world of the now, okay? Teacher.
Just throw shit at him. No, looks like it worked here.
Pick an artist. John Lennon, David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, Brian Wilson, Justin Timberlake, James Brown, Frank Sinatra, or George Michael. That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
Do you want me to sing a song from each person so
All
you
dudes.
know?
All dudes.
Imagine this. Just dance.
Man, can you do it real quick again?
Everybody's got a hunger.
What was the list?
John Lennon, David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen, the Turnpike, Elton John, Brian Wilson, Justin Timberlake, James Brown, Frank Sinatra, George Michael. Pick an artist. They're all musicians.
James
And they're all
Brown.
dudes. James Brown? That's a good one. I love James Brown.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. I picked David Bowie. Bowie. Which sport do you excel at? Golf, motorsport, rugby, basketball, surfing, jousting, dancing. Academia is more useful than sport,
Ooh, that
or
sounds
wearing a
fun.
suit.
Wearing a suit.
I did not know that was a competitive sport.
Yeah, I picked
Would've been
wearing.
dressing differently
I
this
picked
whole
wearing
time.
a suit because I'm good at nothing on that list.
You know, I'm not amazing at it, but of that list, I would say basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. What did you pick? Basketball?
Well, I picked basketball, yes, but I'm also a decent golfer.
You are a decent golfer.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this before.
But I played basketball in college, so I'll
Basketball.
take that.
I picked
on.
wearing a suit because it didn't say what kind of suit it could be. You know what I mean?
I'm good at wearing a birthday suit.
On a wetsuit, man.
A wetsuit.
Space suit.
What's-
Sometimes I go to space camp.
At least it will be. Why do I make all podcasts dirty? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's funny, though.
we can dirty up this podcast a little more. I feel
Well,
like.
I hope, yeah.
What is your dream career? TV personality, business owner, chef, politician, judge, soldier, superhero, creative mastermind, or property developer. These sometimes like soldier, like that's not. You just go be one.
I guess I'll say TV personality.
TV personality.
Running out of the-
I picked superhero because we can all dream. What did you pick, Monica?
I don't know.
Creative mastermind.
Yeah, what is that? What would that
A
be?
person that's really good at creating things, I guess.
Oh, thanks.
Who would pick property manager? Like, what sort of dream is that?
I want to work
Someday.
in I want to charge people when they move out of their apartments. That's my dream. Oh, you didn't check in right, did you, Tom?
Little kids playing with Legos. You're not going to get your damage deposit back.
No, you need to pay the cat deposit if you're going to have a cat in here. Is the cat scan room? What'd you pick, Monica?
Creative mastermind.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 9, how angry are you? 1 being not, 9 being very.
I don't like this question.
I didn't like it either.
Fuck, what kind of fucking question is this?
This question's got me at 9.
This is bullshit.
I'm gonna go negative.
I'm gonna go 5.
You picked 5?
Yeah.
I picked 3. I was perturbed. At the
My
hot pocket on
initial
my couch.
reaction is to go with a 7, and I think I'm gonna stay there. I got a lot of things to be angry about.
You're a 7?
Yeah.
I'm a 3 only. I would be a
Angry
1, but I
two
spilled a hot
people,
pocket on
but-
my futon today.
You spilled a hot pocket.
Yeah, there's grease stains behind you. Don't look.
Twice. You did it
I did it
twice.
twice, and then once on my jeans. On my show jeans. I'm so mad. Pick a drink. Banana milkshake, scotch on the rocks, a bottle of Bud, IPA, red wine, freshly squeezed juice, cider, coffee, all of them.
This is why I don't like myself. Mm-hmm. Because all these answers are like, I like dinner. I'm not good at math. I wish I was on TV. I like a bottle of Bud.
It's a bottle of Bud's your answer?
That's my answer.
That's my answer.
I think I picked banana milkshake.
Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna go with cider, I guess.
Cider. All right.
Oh.
Do you got one?
Oh.
All right.
Wait, he's my dad? That's what
He's
it is?
your dad.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
All right, who's your dad?
Motherfucker. Sorry, my computer. Don Draper.
Don Draper's
Yeah.
your dad?
But I can't read it because it's being weird. Hold on.
You know what? That's
got
fine.
it.
You don't have to read it because Don Draper was my dad, too.
Was your dad?
Yeah, don't expect too much time or affection or love or anything, basically. But when you're old enough, he'll show you a damn good time. So there's that.
That is the Fox of 77 there.
The Fox of 77.
in the
I got Don Draper. You got Don Draper. You did not. Do you know who you got? Your dad is Phil Dunphy
Ooh,
from Modern Family.
He's super dumb.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Bottle of Bud sealed it.
The kind of dad who tries to act like he's your age but always comes up slightly short. Also, you definitely got your fear of clowns from him. Do you fear clowns?
I mean, a normal fear of clowns.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's a little afraid.
Right.
Everyone is a
No
little
one's
afraid of
comfortable with clowns.
No
They're
one
like, why are
likes
there no
it.
clowns
No.
here?
No one is a big fan of clowns.
No one's like, clowns are here. I'm so happy.
This is the best. Yeah, that quiz wasn't very
So
good.
that's my dad?
That's your dad.
Your dad.
You're that dad.
All right.
No, you're
No,
that's
yeah,
your
what the
dad.
fuck? Don't say-
I'm confusing myself right now. So if you had a dad that was on TV, it would be Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
I want to know what the other options were.
I don't
I
know.
always want to know what the other.
I got Donnie
Don
Draper.
Draper, but he's a cheater, right?
Oh, he's a cheater. He's a
Slut
drunk.
box.
He's stone cold handsome.
Look, him and your mom had some problems. It's not really fair for you to judge. Like,
Smokes like
you
a
know,
chimney.
He's your dad, but he's also a man.
Did he tell you to break the news to me that he was cheating on her? Like, I'm gonna have to sit you down here.
My TV dad from Modern Family asked me to talk to you.
about your TV dad. Oh my gosh, we actually got to jump to the next quiz. We're kind of running out of time, but
Are
that's
we?
fine because we're probably going to have to talk about this afterward. What the answer is?
All right.
This quiz. This is the quiz we thought of when we thought of you. Which Disneyland ride should you have sex on? Is that what you were expecting?
If anyone said it's a small world, it's an average world.
It's an average world. It's a perfectly normal average world.
Have you ever taken your kids to Disneyland?
Is that a euphemism? I have like
You
a
have?
couple years ago.
It's a really
I was
cold
wondering
world.
what parents do. Like, oh, do you get bored?
Do you like
Did
that?
you
not
have sex
bored.
on a ride with
No.
your wife? No.
Absolutely not. At Disneyland, I can't even imagine that happening.
There's so many people there.
Yeah,
It
it
would
would
Yeah,
be,
it's always
it would
crowded.
It would be totally nuts.
You'd have to not have any
I
stage
mean,
fright at all.
The trolley on the way to Disneyland, sure.
The parking trolley. We made it! Yay!
Excuse me, how long of a bus ride is this? Perfect.
Is there a little bathroom in the
Minute
back?
30 seconds? Cool. There's a warning here. It says having sex at Disneyland is probably illegal.
Having said that, take this quiz. Pick a sexy beast.
I'm gonna have to look at
Can
it.
you-
Is
can you
Beast
show him
from
the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast? Yes.
Because I can't.
Okay.
Which I can't turn mine because of the.
That's all the same beast.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do I think is sexy?
Will you describe them, Michael?
There's one that's really angry. There's one that's surprised in a blue suit. There's one with curls on his beard, and there's one dancing, and there's one that's showing all his twofers, and then there's one that looks really sad and has horns.
You
He
know,
always has horns.
I'm gonna go with the suit, number 2.
Number 2, holding his
number
cufflink,
two?
like getting ready
Yeah.
to go. Maybe he's actually working on getting his cufflink
I guess
together.
what I'm saying is, if I was gonna fuck a beast,
It would be one that's dressed nicely.
I mean, wear a suit.
You
I mean,
want him to put.
I picked the one with
effort into
the twofers hanging out.
Well, I'm picking the dancing one. I'm always very surprised at how and impressed, really, how good of a dancer he is.
He's a
how
beast,
broad
but
of
he's a
shoulders
dancer.
he has.
Ooh,
She's so little compared to him,
She
and
is
he
very little.
really tears it up in the ballroom.
you know what impresses
Maybe
me
the bedroom,
is
too.
they have teacups that talk.
Totally normal.
Fucking amazing.
You've been alone in a mansion for a month.
Meanwhile, Monica's like, he's such a good dancer. What do you teacups think?
He moves well for a big man.
He does.
All right, you got to pick a Disney sex anthem. A Whole New World.
Finally.
Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Colors of the Wind. Once Upon a Dream. Kiss the Girl. Or I'll Make a Man Out of You.
From Mulan.
That's a weird one to choose. I'll make a man out of you. I chose Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
Pocahontas fan.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to a blue corn
You
moon?
would have sex to that song.
I just picked one.
Colors of the Wind is not sexy.
You're right. Are you outside? Why?
You guys wouldn't have sex outside on a riverbank?
Of course I would.
Okay, kind of I added the
Okay,
riverbank.
there's a talking raccoon in that one. And a tree. The fucking mother
Guys,
tree is
I
like,
don't
what are you guys
see
doing?
how this lovely tale covering up genocide doesn't turn you on.
All these movies are wrong.
Mike's wind horny.
Okay,
Wind horny.
I'm gonna go with A Whole New World. I would say. Ooh, really
Show me
opening
a whole
it
new
up.
world.
Show-
Oh, this
and you're on.
dick.
Yeah, and you're on a fucking magic carpet. Come on now. Uh-huh. Is that not a euphemism? You got a magic carpet? Come on.
She doesn't shave her pubes.
She does, and it's magic.
Well, now I'm in.
Rub the magic carpet. Lamp. That's wrong.
I guess I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
this
think I'll
works.
go kiss the girl.
Kiss the girl.
All the-
Tra la 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 la
romantic.
la.
You would be in a canoe.
I'd like to do more than kiss her, but that's okay. I mean,
Well,
it's
you gotta
all right
take
with her.
take slow
Where's the
steps,
song
if
Second
that's
Base
all right
with the
her.
Girl? Where's Second Base with the Girl? Is Second Base where you grab a boober?
I think so.
Only first basers say boober.
That's all Mike calls them.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could I grab your boober?
Now you talk about to your friends afterwards. It's totally touching her boobers.
Grab your boobers.
You come back holding your hand up. I grabbed you with my.
Guys, it was with this hand.
That is a boober.
A boober.
That's second base. Third base? Have you been to third base? Can
What's
we talk
third
about it?
base?
Third base. That's downstairs.
Downstairs DJ Hero?
Maybe.
Is that like...
I mean, let's keep in mind he calls them boobers. So I don't know. Downstairs DJ.
This is me hoping that my mom turned off the podcast when I said she did peyote when she was 14 and still isn't listening.
It's harder to hit a triple than a home run. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, little baseball terminology. You got to pick a Disney makeout session. Can you show him the laptop again? Of all the people kissing, it's Jasmine and Aladdin. It's Tarzan and Jane. It's Lilo and Stitch. Or Lilo? Is that Lilo and Stitch? No, it's
That's
the...
Not a
Stitch and
furry.
the
Get
girl.
those guys out of there.
Two Furbies making out. No.
Pocahontas. What's the Cinderella? Cinderella, Pocahontas.
Where are you? That's Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, Sleeping. Okay, whatever.
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip. What's
Princess
the one on the
Aurora.
far right? Oh, that's Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah. No. What?
What do you gonna choose?
I'm gonna choose.
Who is
What's
that?
the one with the blonde guy and the dark-haired girl in the middle bottom?
That's Pocahontas.
I'm going Pocahontas.
This,
Oh, now you
that
wanna-
one is
Now you want to paint with the colors of the wind, huh?
Look,
that's
didn't-
Beauty and the Beast. He's
Have
not the
you
Beast
ever-
anymore.
I didn't initially like the color of your wind, but it's growing on me.
Color of your wind? Is it fart porn?
I believe it is.
Don't Google color of your wind.
I'm going Aladdin. He's always my favorite male character because he doesn't seem as bad.
I don't know who I picked. Let me look who I picked. Oh, I picked Stitch and the animals thing because it's just
Furbies.
It's just weird. Okay,
Because they don't have boobers.
you
that's
gotta.
why.
Oh, it's gonna be such a challenge not naming this podcast Boobers. Make a wish. Free drinks for a month. This is like you rubbed a magic lamp or a magic carpet. Free drinks for a month. 1 romantic date with any celeb. 1 month free of rent. That's not very good. 2 weeks free of pizza. That's the one I chose. Go back in time and redo 1 day. Live in a castle for 2 weeks. These are shitty wishes. That's why I picked
mean-
pizza.
Free pizza for 2 weeks? That's what it is?
That's what I picked, yeah.
I don't want a castle. See, a celebrity date would make me nervous.
Yeah, I guess
wouldn't
gives
be
me
that excited
anxiety.
about
I
it.
wouldn't be
would
into
just
it.
Be like, what's George Clooney really into?
How into you would they be, or would it be some weird charity thing where they're like, oh fuck,
It says
I have to go on
it's
this date?
a romantic date, so that means the celeb has to be into you, Ryan
Confident
Gosling.
in my game. Don't wear sweatpants
I'm
to
just
that
going
one.
to put it out there. If it was fuck a celebrity, I might be in.
That's
Who would you choose if
Maybe
it was fuck
change
a
it to
celebrity? George Clooney?
No.
Maybe a
would
girl?
choose- if I had to choose a male celebrity, I would choose George Clooney.
Oh yeah,
That doesn't mean, I'm just saying, I find him to be
he's a
dashing
handsome
gentleman.
man.
a
Yeah.
dashing gentleman. I agree.
See, you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then my wife says, like, she takes it too far. Like, she'll say stuff like, do you want to kiss him? I'm like, God, no. It's just like, I'm just saying if I had to pick a man to be with, it would be George Clooney.
You picked George Clooney.
Yeah, I'm tired of these fucking zeros I've been with.
What about a lady? What lady would you choose if you had to go on 1 romantic date with any celeb?
I don't have a good answer for that right now. I used to have a good celebrity list.
Has it changed? Some people on that list not on that list anymore?
I'm sure. Like years ago, Rachel Ray was on that list.
Dude.
She's way off my list now.
Dude,
She
you know
annoys
who?
me.
You know, my dad. That was his. Like, my dad went through a couple of TV crushes. He was into Donna from that '70s show, and then he was into Rachel Ray. And Rachel Ray was the last one because she flipped so suddenly that I think he lost his taste for celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, although is it weird that I have the same taste as your dad? I feel weird.
You're like Laura Prepon.
Do you wanna call?
Yeah.
She's very
No,
sexy.
and that's the thing that was weird too because I always thought Donna was hot, and then my dad said
I
that. I'm
like
like,
her
well,
with
that's
dark
weird
hair.
now. Like, I can't be into that now.
That's weird.
You guys are just watching it together. Check out them.
Check out them.
Check out her boobers.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at those boobers. I should never have said boobers.
Did I pick yet?
No. Wait, are you picking the
Free
date
drinks
or no?
for a month, 1 romantic date with any celeb, 1 month of free rent, 2 weeks of free pizza, go back in time and redo 1 day, or live in a castle for 2 weeks. Castles aren't that nice on the inside.
I'm gonna
You got shit in a chamber pot? That would be fun.
That's what a chamber pot is.
A chamber pot is just a pot in a castle that you shit in and someone throws it out the window. Medieval's not fun. Game of Thrones isn't as
Well,
romantic
it's like
as it
a
sounds.
newer castle.
With plumbing?
With indoor plumbing.
I'm gonna go. I don't even have a day picked out, but I'm gonna relive a day.
You're going to relive a day?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about my female celebrity. What would you do, Monica?
I'm gonna go on the celebrity date.
Who would you go on a date with?
Tyson Beckford.
Yeah, you would.
Although he has a lady and she is gorgeous, but
Who's her lady?
Could
His
kill
lady. What?
I don't. She's a model also.
She's a model. If I could go on a date with any
Bunch of models.
lady celeb, oh, man, I don't know. I'm having a tough time now too. I don't think about that often because it's so unrealistic. I think.
I mean, I watch TV all the time or a movie, and you see people you're attracted to, but I don't. In my head, I don't say like that person's on my list now. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't worry about it.
Well,
I don't have
the
a
more I
list.
watch TV, the more I go, God, there's a lot of attractive people. Like I can't even like who's better. I don't know. Any of you, I'll take one.
Anyone? I'll take anybody.
I'll take one.
I'm so lonely. Let me touch your boobers. Come on, Michael.
That is what I say to
That's
men.
my
Actually,
my wife and I celebrity list is any celebrity.
Hey, I slept with the local news guy. Is that okay? He's a celebrity.
I slept with a waitress who kind of looks like Britney Spears.
when she was
Pew, pew,
bald.
pew, pew, pew. Okay, we got to keep moving on. This quiz we're taking us. Oh my god, we're up an hour almost already. Pick a sexy Steamboat Willie Mickey, which doesn't seem sexy at all because these cartoons were racist. Yeah, Monica, can you show Gabe what they are? We have Mickey just sitting with his arms on his sides. We have Mickey with a young Goofy. That's Goofy. I think that's his old way he was drawn. Mickey in a conductor hat. Mickey looking surprised in a conductor hat. The big mouse face that shows at the beginning of their cartoons, and then Mickey grabbing a cat by the tail. I picked the cat picture because
This
it's
is
comical.
supposed to be sexy, Mickey.
I don't know. Yeah, sexy
he
Steamboat
cleaning?
Willie.
I'm
With the
going
cat?
I'm going cattail.
All right, I picked cattail too. What's a great? Oh, Monica, what did you choose?
He's not. I'm gonna do the conductor hat, but not surprised. Whatever with the jazz hands. I don't
Yeah,
know
with
what
his jazz hands.
Surprise is not sexy.
the conductor hat.
Oh
He's
my
got-
gosh, I'm inside you.
He's got a job. That's good.
I never thought this day would come.
This is so crazy. What is?
I just
didn't
did.
either.
What's a great location for a honeymoon? Tokyo, Paris, New Orleans, Niagara Falls, London, or South Africa? None of those are tropical.
Yeah,
You're
I
really
know.
fucking this up, quiz guy.
Those little-
I think I picked London.
I would probably go New Orleans.
Nolans?
I want to say New Orleans, but I don't know if that's the best answer for a honeymoon. Like that just
Well,
seems like,
I mean-
hey, let's go look at a bunch of other people's boobs and stuff. That'll be
Speaking of
fun.
sexy Disney, my honeymoon was in Disneyland.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, this is so perfect.
Didn't you
and
propose
we
in
did
Disneyland?
do a Steamboat Willie.
That's third base.
It was between there and Cleveland, if you know what I'm saying.
Jazz hands.
Yeah, it's embarrassing that I got proposed at Disneyland, which is stupid. But it wasn't because I love Disneyland. It was just like a trip, and it seemed like a good idea. Mm-hmm. But the honeymoon, we should have gone in an adult place.
Like a Motel 6. What did you choose, Monica?
Wait, for New Orleans.
Yeah, you picked New Orleans?
Because I.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
This is
Which
ridiculous.
Disney princess looks best with a beard? And now you gotta choose.
Who the fuck is the last one? What the hell?
I don't know. There's Ariel from Little Mermaid, Jasmine from Aladdin. Is that Alice from Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah,
I don't know who the one on the bottom left is.
don't either.
Mulan, and then a princess that I don't know, but has it like I don't know.
Ariel with the beard looks too much like me right now. So I'm picking her.
Right now, even with the
I'm in
bikini-
love.
The bikini and the waves behind it. That's beautiful.
exactly.
I think I actually picked. Yeah, I picked that one too, and that's what you picked too.
I'm picking Ariel.
I just realized I'm such a fan of Aladdin. I'm going to pick Jasmine. I was Jasmine 3 years in a row as a child for Halloween.
You got a weird one, Gabe. I'm
Oh,
excited.
no.
Oh my God.
Monica, where are you?
Haunted Mansion. That
Oh,
sounds
really?
That sounds terrible. It says, sure, it's a little dark and scary, but it will cater to the goth inside you.
It's
terrible.
even worse. You have to fuck a goth.
Right?
It's worse than we thought.
The goth inside you. Did they mean to do that? I don't
I
know. The Haunted
So much
Mansion is
eyeliner.
eerily romantic, so take advantage of the speed of the ride.
Aw.
And don't be afraid to try something new.
Hey, guess what, Gabe? You also got the Haunted Mansion.
Hey, what did you get?
Splash Mountain.
Oh, no.
You're down for a wet and wild ride. You'll feel the thrill of LSD-inspired animatronics that will cater to your zippity-doo-dah. You'll have enough time before you reach the climax of the ride. This is all poorly chose. Where you drop and scream and get all wet, so take it slow.
And then they sell you a picture after.
This actually counts the way I have sex, because it's one sudden thrill and then it's over.
Like, this is happening. Oh,
Whee! All right, I'm going to go back to playing video games. I'll see you later.
Are you scared on the way up? As you're going up, you're like, oh, I'm so
Actually,
scared.
as I undress, I make chick 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 sounds. I take off my clothes. Chick 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 chick. Woo! You know what's weird? This isn't my friend jumped off Splash Mountain as a kid.
What? You can't do that.
what? How?
Like he was on the log. He was in the log and it was going and it was about to hit the drop and he just jumped off of it onto the side off of the
shit.
thing. Yeah, and they had to shut the ride down. He got scared.
Yeah.
But now I'm boning on it. It's amazing the places you'll go. If you had to pick a place to have sex in Disneyland, where would you actually choose?
In the castle.
The
In
castle?
The top, yeah.
At
you
the
can
top of the
stay in
castle?
There, I've heard.
That's
yes.
where I proposed.
Really?
At the castle.
At the castle?
Well, like at the base of the
At the
castle.
base.
Would you have sex at the base of the castle where everyone can see?
I don't know. I'm not really.
A big
I
public
kinda
lovemaker.
I I like the idea of public, but I don't like the idea of people seeing me do it in public. I'm not
Right.
really a voyeur. It's just the naughty aspect.
It's like the
I
danger.
shouldn't have done that.
Oh no.
But like, really, if somebody saw me, I would be mortified.
Yeah. You know where I want to do it? The Jungle Cruise. The
Okay.
animatronic boat.
Okay.
You know?
Cool.
You know what? There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
I
Guys,
just
this
feel like
episode
Mike would
ended
get
weird.
distracted by the ride. He just wants to go on the ride.
Hey,
That's all.
hey, look at the hippo. I don't care about your boobers. Look at the hippo.
Why are you slapping your own ass in that scenario?
That's how he does it.
That's how I do it. I thought, we're not talking about what rides to masturbate on in Disney World.
The reason I would like the jungle ride is I would like
so
to have a guided sex tour. I would love it to.
On
I
your
would love
left,
the guided
you'll
narrator.
see some hippos. Mike, a little higher. All right.
Does not look like she's digging that, sir.
She's asleep. She's asleep now. Just so you know.
You should probably get away.
Ma'am, this ride's not over, but unfortunately yours is.
I want to take this quiz until I see if a small world after all. That'd be amazing.
That is a long ride, though. If you ever been on
It is.
Oh, it takes forever.
I could have sex twice.
With all of the countries.
Oh, yeah, actually, to be a better place to have sex, it would be in Disney World at Epcot, and you can go to the different rides for each country. So you can like do it in each country.
I do it on Pirates of the Caribbean, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that would be.
That is a good idea.
I think you could jump out of the boat.
I don't like rides.
You don't like rides?
No.
You jump out of There's so much going on right now. You jump out of the boat. She doesn't like rides. I don't know what's happening.
At what point do you jump out of the boat, though?
Well,
like
like
after,
right before you come?
during, what happens? Right.
I'm so ashamed.
I just joined those racing pirates that go in a circle. Gabe, what are you doing up there?
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, this is the end. We've hit over an hour. You got a charity for us we can do, Monica?
Yes.
Let's do a charity.
All right,
We
this
keep an
is-
hour. We got to go to the show. We're all doing a show tonight. Go ahead.
It's true. Is that true? That is true.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be
He's
fun.
I'm hosting.
Yeah, I'm not dead.
Monica's not dead, and she's featuring. And you're alive and headlining.
Yes.
And you're 11. No, he's dead, but he's still headlining. It's going to be great.
Zombie headliner.
This is another one on the list of the best global charities to give to, and this one is the International Planned Parenthood Federation. And their thing is to fund contraceptive and sexual education in other countries.
Nice.
I got ID'd once at Planned Parenthood.
Recently?
But like the other way, like, no, it was not recently, but I was like probably in my
Like you were
20s.
trying to get free
I was
condoms
trying
or
to
whatever?
get free condoms.
Yeah.
These are, how old are you? And I was like, I don't know what, 27 or something. And they were like, these are really for teenagers.
Because now
Can
it's
I
okay
get
for you to
anyways?
blast
And then
babies inside of somebody.
And then I said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I can pay or something. And they gave me, like, she felt bad, I think. They gave me like 2 giant bags of like weird shit though. Like sparkly things. And,
A bunch of
this is
Were you at a thrift store?
Think it's Planned
this
Parenthood?
is why I have 3 children. I still have those 2 bags. they're like stuffed in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, like, this really would have helped.
You do feel stupid when you make a human by accident and you have 2 bags of prophylactics in your house.
like, this is no one else's fault.
Yeah, like, what could we have done? We have 2 fucking...
Whoopsies. Well, we have to go to the show. It's actually getting close, but thank you for being on the show,
Thanks for
Gabe.
having me, guys.
You're
Yes,
great,
thank
I
you.
Gabe.
do listen. You guys are great. I mean it. I mean,
You
the other
can't
people, they just
unlisten.
said it.
We steal.
You can steal it.
Okay. That's what they say at the end of the podcast. They go, remember, you can't unlisten. And then they turn it off. I like it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
But we're just going to say something nice like, you're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
All right. Let me touch your
Yes.
boobers, Gabe.
Don't stop there.